I recently found this DIY candle kit on Etsy from Pop Shop America. I've been looking to try making candles, so I was really excited to get this.
Say hi! Go say hi to YouTube!
I couldn't wait to share this package with everyone, so I actually first opened the DIY kit on stream. The first thing that I saw when I opened the box were these 3 cards: a feedback form, free kit information, and instructions. I did look over the instructions, but I ended up using my own. The kit also came with a 12-ounce bag of soy wax and 2 essential oil bottles. I got jasmine and frankincense, but my favorite scent would probably be something more citrusy. There are some small gemstones, but I don't really know how to add these gemstones aesthetically. There are also these dried rosebuds. Surprisingly, these flowers still had a really strong scent. Overall, I'd say the packaging is super duper cute. There were 3 stickers that I could use as labeling. I haven't considered using any though. There were also 6 of these jars that I could use to make the candles in. They were actually exactly the jars that I had in mind, really simple and aesthetic. I started by measuring out the amount of soy wax I needed. With 12 ounces provided in the kit, I figured that each jar would need to use up approximately 57 grams of wax. I did end up going up to 52 grams instead, just in case I messed up somehow. Also, yes, I did accidentally turn off the scale when I was trying to recalibrate it. Don't question it. Getting the wax to the jar was surprisingly hard to do with just one hand. I don't have a proper filming setup, so I've just been recording with one hand and actually doing whatever with the other. At this point, I decided to get my workspace ready. I planned on making a jasmine-scented candle topped with dried flower buds. I also got the makeshift cooling rack ready. This was done off camera though. I forgot to show this, but the kit also came with candle wick. I put the jar that I was going to make the candle in into the oven and set the temperature to around 100 degrees Fahrenheit. The next step was to fill a pot with a little water. I ended up adding some more water later on though. I turned on the stove to low and the waiting began. I ended up cutting out a lot of the next few minutes since most of it was either me waiting, stirring the wax, or checking on the temperature. I was waiting for the wax to get heated to 170 degrees Fahrenheit. Technically, I probably didn't need to check the temperature so often since I noticed that 170 degrees Fahrenheit was pretty much when my wax completely melted. Once the wax completely melted, I added a few drops of essential oil. I only added about 5 drops, but after I made this, I heard that I was supposed to add 10 drops for a light scent. Not sure if that's true though, since the candle ended up being relatively scented, but maybe that's because of the roses. I took out the jar here, but I had to put it back into the oven since the wax wasn't cold enough. Once the wax cooled to about 140 degrees Fahrenheit, it was time to take out the jar and put the wick in. I cut the wick so it would be easier to handle in the jar and tried my best to straighten it. I started to pour the wax while holding onto the wick. Once I finished pouring everything into the jar, I put popsicles on each side of the wick to support it as the wax cooled. Time for another waiting period. I ended up forgetting to record how I got to this step. Basically, I waited until the wax became translucent and crushed up the flower buds to sprinkle onto the candle. Here's the final result. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you'd like to see part 2 of this video, let me know in the comments down below. See y'all later. Bye!